Today in Sports, we will explore the options for Lamar Jackson. Let's get into it. So Lamar Jackson played for 5 seasons with the Ravens, led him to the playoffs in his first 3 years, including a playoff win and an MVP, and his last 2 years, they were on pace to make the playoffs, and then he got hurt. But he has not been signed to a contract extension by the Ravens yet. So, in order for the Ravens to retain him, they have to either, in the next month or so, actually a little less than a month, they have to come up with either a contract extension to him, which is unlikely because they've had a bunch of time to, and they have not made a deal with him yet, or they could franchise tag him, which is basically signing him for like 1 year, giving you more time to like give a big deal for him. But I do not think any of these things will happen. I think the Ravens will move on from him. And for the 4 main contenders for him, it's the Jets, the Raiders, the Saints, and the Panthers. So the Jets have a top defense in the NFL and very good skill position players, especially Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, 2 of the best rookies last year. Quarterback play really held them back. But I think they will go for Aaron Rodgers and likely get him. So I don't really think they were talking about Lamar Jackson, at least at first. And next is the Carolina Panthers, who had very poor quarterback play last year. They have an above-average defense, and the run game is solid, paired with DJ Moore, who is a very good receiver. But I think they will go after Derek Carr. Because what they really need is a player who can efficiently pass very well for you. And him and DJ Moore could be a really big connection for them. So I do not think they'll go after Lamar Jackson. Who I think will get Lamar Jackson is the Oakland Raiders. Here's why. So, if they extend Josh Jacobs, which I believe they will because there's no reason not to, Josh Jacobs and Lamar Jackson could be a very good combination in Oakland with the RPO game, and that can incentivize Devontae Adams to stay because he has a quarterback that can throw him the ball effectively. Lamar Jackson really has not had good receivers like ever in his career. He can be a pretty decent passer, not like the Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. He can't really compete with like that level of production, but he can still be probably about like 4,000 yards and like 30 touchdowns, so an efficient passer. And in addition to Devontae Adams, given that he stays, he also has Darren Waller, so very talented offense there. In Oakland, and I believe they could make a playoff with that team, probably not a Super Bowl contender, but definitely a playoff team. And then they would just need to work on the defense, which needs a lot of help. I mean, a few other candidates are possibly the Saints, but I do not think this is going to happen, because the Saints are definitely a rebuilding team. Their defense is declining. Then Chris Olave, they don't have receivers. And Alvin Kamara last year wasn't even that good for them. So they're a rebuilding team. So for them, a quarterback in the draft would probably be best. But those are not like the only teams that would potentially want Lamar Jackson. Those still dark horse teams. and the Patriots and 49ers, and perhaps even a team like the Giants. The Patriots with Mac Jones was disappointing last year, a deep decline in what he did in his first year. But they will not likely pick up a big name like Lamar Jackson, because mainly they are trying to improve Mac Jones. They could perhaps want to move on from Mac Jones, but I don't think it's likely. They will try to fix Mac Jones, and the Patriots aren't really a team that pays big money to quarterbacks. The 49ers, very talented team. They, on offense, in addition to the very talented running game headed by Christian McCaffrey, they have Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and Deebo Samuel, and the defense is the best in the NFL. But the quarterbacks, they have Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Brock Purdy, none of which are great. So they could go for Lamar Jackson, but I don't really think they would go for him. Mainly because they have two quarterbacks on rookie-scale contracts, probably going to see where he is, and if they hold on to Jimmy Garoppolo, then they have a veteran, so I don't really think they will likely go for him, but they might potentially. And a team like the Giants, they could go for him, and it would definitely be an upgrade to Daniel Jones, who is probably like a top 20 quarterback, maybe top 15. Saquon Barkley is a very talented running back. They had a decently strong defense. But the main problem is receivers, so don't really think it would make sense to go after a quarterback. They have Darius Slayton, but after him not much else, so really they should go after receivers, and going after a quarterback wouldn't really make a lot of sense. So, in conclusion, the main team that makes the most sense for Lamar Jackson currently would be the Oakland Raiders. But perhaps a team like the Falcons, who don't really have like quarterbacks and have a fairly talented receiving core, like good enough for a quarterback like Lamar Jackson to maybe go if they pay him enough money, could potentially go after Lamar Jackson, but I think the Falcons is unlikely. They have Kyle Pitts and maybe Drake London, but not super talented for receiving. Corin have a bad defense, so they could perhaps go after him, but I think it's unlikely. So yeah, Lamar Jackson will land with the Las Vegas Raiders. At least that's what I think. But let me know what you think in the comments below. And yeah, that's all. I'll see you guys next time for another video. Bye!